Hey everybody, this is Bob from Music Store Live. I'm hanging out with Chris Michetti of Conspirator. We're going to, from Metronome, right above world famous Nectar's in Burlington, Vermont. And
Cold Burlington, Vermont.
it's chilly, it's super chilly.
It's freezing.
RAQ, Chris's former group, is having a bit of a reunion of sorts this evening.
Yeah, we've been playing a little bit.
Okay, getting it back together.
We've been getting it back together.
I like it.
I gotta say, the past year we've played, I don't know, 15 shows or so. We got a whole bunch on the books for 2014, so
Oh, cool.
it's all happening.
We got a 2-night run. We're looking forward to it.
I am excited.
Cool, man. Let's see. What do these guys want to talk about? What do they want to hear? I think they want to talk about guitars.
Oh, guitar. They're guitar people.
Who you listen to right now? You got anybody new that you can turn some people on to?
New?
Or old? You can go old.
I always change what I listen to, but I guess I've been on a Hendrix kick, which has been so much fun.
Awesome.
Jimmy, some old Muddy Waters stuff. It's funny. It's funny how that works.
Yeah.
Going through my old iTunes collection. And obviously, Conspirator, we do a lot of like electronic dance music stuff. So I listen to tons of drum and bass music. We try and bring guitar to that sort of electronic element.
Oh yeah, you're doing
Really.
that.
Trying to.
You're doing it.
It's tougher than it seems,
It
really.
is.
It seems
It's
easy on paper.
Everything's to a pretty steady pulse, which is a
Yeah.
little different than playing with like a rock band.
Right,
It's
right.
It's certainly not like playing with like, I don't know, the Rolling Stones.
Not at all.
Where the time goes like this and this, and it flexes and flexes.
Right.
It doesn't
and
flex
you
like
don't
that.
hit the hi-hat when you hit the snare.
Yeah. So how does that have to? That actually has to be like a huge thing for you as a guitar player to like change your approach to playing. Like, so how do you tackle that?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, I've just been working at it. Really, I do a lot of the producing and the writing and stuff like that. So doing that stuff, for me, it's making the guitar sit with non-organic sound. Like there's a lot of synth, there's a lot of electronic drums.
Mm-hmm.
We even use our drummer uses electronic triggers and stuff like that. So you know, the snares are like huge sounding.
Huge compressed.
Yeah.
Phil Collins snares.
I think there the Marshall kind of comes into play. Like you get a nice or like sort of overdriven sound and use delays and reverbs and stuff like that.
Cool.
Make it sound like it's in a room.
Mm-hmm.
And do a lot of layering and stuff like that. But I really don't know. It's sort of just going for it, really. At Conspirator now we kind of have a structure song, and then we've been jamming more. We are all from jam bands, and we've had a lot of fun sort of taking these songs out.
I was leafing through some YouTube clips earlier today of Conspirator, and I pull up a few, and I was like, 17 minutes, 18,
I know.
9.5,
This drives my father
13
crazy.
minutes. I was like,
he's like, can't you just have a 3-minute song?
not exactly going for the hit single on the
No,
radio.
but all the songs are 4 minutes, you know? So we just stretch them out live.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's cool.
And
It's
that's
a lot
kind of
fun.
expanding from where things started when you first got with the group?
Well, when I got with the group, it was just Mark and Aaron from the Disco Biscuits. It was their side project, and they didn't even have a drummer. I don't think they had guest drummers, different drummers, and sometimes they play without a drummer. So it was a lot of computer track. So they put like pads or weird, you know, sort of electronic sounds, I would say, in the computer.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's a little percussive element, and then they kind of play along with it. And then I came in, we started writing, we got way into like more of the very produced music, and we weren't really exploring too much at all. And the past year, we kind of were just getting a little bored, to be honest with you, of just playing sort of, you know, they have these rise and drops and rise and drops.
Yep, you gotta have the drops.
And if you don't space it out, like if you don't add some music in there, you just kind of.
I know the syndrome you're talking about.
Which it's great. I mean, it's a lot of fun, and it's really fun to write music.
But I hear you fill that up. With
But
something.
you know, at the end of the day, it's like we're all players, and we're like, let's see if we can do this. So there is that one moment every night, you know, during every song when you actually get off the computer, and you'll hear sort of an element drop out, and it's like, and then okay, now we're free. There's a second of being uncomfortable, and then we just kind of move on from it. And the crowd seems to.
Well, that's what you're paying for.
That's what they're paying for.
Uncomfortability.
That's what.
As a fan,
really, right?
I just want to. Here's my money.
They don't want to see you enjoying
I
yourself.
want to see you get a little uncomfortable, and then
really though,
have everything work out.
I want to see people get uncomfortable, but comfortably uncomfortable.
Yeah, safely.
Just safely get there. People need to connect. It's your duty as a performer to give them something other than show-off time.
I agree.
Yeah. A wise man once said, your job is to make everyone else sound good.
I don't know who said that first.
That's a smart man right there. That's a hard thing to do, too.
That's a big cookie to bite.
Especially when, you know, you like Jimi Hendrix and you've been listening to him and you just want to fucking play that lick. And you just want to squeeze that lick in everywhere you possibly can.
Where is
and
that?
every time it just doesn't work. When you force it, it just doesn't work.
That's true.
I find, for me, I'm talking about for me.
If you can find me
again, Warren Haynes, he can do anything. One of those guys.
Yep. If you can find me 3 seconds recorded Jimi Hendrix where it sounds forced.
Yes, exactly.
I'll give you everything I got.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It doesn't
It's
happen.
never forced. And then if you just kind of naturally, just all of a sudden find yourself there, boy, that's the best feeling. Now we're talking.
Now we are. What do you want to say to the 12-year-old up-and-coming rock stars
I'll
out
tell
there? What are they supposed to be doing with their time right now?
Well, I mean, I'm a big fan of change and sort of progression. And being in Conspirator, we play with a lot of electronic, just DJs. And I love that music. I think that they're incredible. And a lot of them are very, very young. And it's cool. I think a lot of them could be amazing guitar players, but they're on the computer and they're writing on the computer, and it's sort of just the way it's evolved, you know? That being said, the guitar is so cool. What's going on? Play the goddamn guitar. And that being said, like we were just talking about before, there are a couple youngsters these days that it's like they're young, but they have these old souls.
Yeah.
Just incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, they have it in here. It's not, you know.
It's not just a
You
chop
could try and
thing.
teach me that stuff for days. I'll never get it.
There's something a little almost unnatural when you see a 12-year-old
Playing the blues.
play masterfully.
Yes.
And you're like, hang on.
Like an old man.
It'd be one kind of a one-trick pony show if it was just like a bunch of chops.
Yeah,
But
but
when somebody delivers something that's like lyrical and heartfelt at
really
a young
cool.
age, you go, oh, that's something to see.
I don't know if it's just like because of in this age of social media and whatever, you just hear or see about them easier or quicker.
Mhm.
But it's pretty cool. There's good players out there.
A lot of good
I hope the
young
guitar
players
comes back. I would love to hear a guitar solo in pop music these days.
I agree with
A
you.
good one.
I don't think it's ever going to go away for good, but it's certainly in the middle of maybe a funny time. But you know what? All those young kids coming up, like there's good things to look forward to.
Yeah. I mean, I think that the day of the shred is kind of over.
Oh yeah. Sorry, bro.
Sort of, right? I mean, the '80s kind of carried on and kind of came back for a second, but
I think you look great with big hair.
thanks.
So thanks, Chris, a lot for hanging out with us.
Thank you for having me.
Today. Thanks a lot. Looking forward to the
I
shows and
appreciate
checking
it.
out all the new materials coming out.
Thank you.
Where can people go take a peek and check out the new music?
For Conspirator, conspiratorband.com or Facebook for Conspirator. And RAQ is RAQmusic.com. Or RAQ, we have a Facebook page too.
Awesome.
And Twitter and Instagram.
YouTube,
And all that stuff.
Instagrams.
YouTube's up the wazoo.
You got YouTube's up to wazoo?
We do.
Good luck
We're
with
YouTube
that.
crazy over there. And that's it. Thanks for having me.
Cool. Thanks for being here.
Cheers.